One thing I want to ask you also though is you do probate, I'm sorry, you do estate planning, avoiding probate. Do you also handle probate administration? Do you handle probate litigation, or is that part out of your lane, or is that in your lane?
Great question. We certainly do. So there are many subsets of the estate planning designation, and that, not to launch into a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but bottom line, yes. Do we do probate and trust administration every day? Do we do probate and trust litigation? Tragically, when people fight, we always try to come up with an amicable resolution and not really get into a trial when we can avoid it, but absolutely. And then, of course, the planning and the special considerations, special needs individuals, Medi-Cal
Mm,
asset protection planning, business
mm,
succession planning for entities under various circumstances, conservatorships. And so we have to have an understanding about all of this, also introducing advanced tax planning. So we're looking at the estate tax exemption amount with a new president and Congress, anticipating that that may be lowered. It's hard to say. Good response by you. Hard to say
who
exactly
knows?
whether it will or won't, and whether it will change back the next term if we have a different president. Bottom line, it's a roller coaster ride, but it's still very relevant because it applies in the year that the person expires. And I
Mm,
have yet to meet a person who would love to pay the IRS 40%
no.
on, yes, any estate tax liability if it could otherwise be avoided. So lots of areas, and that's why I love this. It's so radically complicated, but it applies to everybody. I tell everyone, either you do it the way you want it done, or the courts are going to do it for you. Well, there's no alternative. So I love, Bill, I don't have to sell. I tell people, guys, teach and understand, and then make a determination. But I know you don't want to be here, which is the eventuality of not planning or operating under misconception, doing it yourself online. Oh boy. Or
So,
having, their uninformed or unprepared attorney try and dabble in an area that's going to unpleasantly unravel. We
it,
do estate planning. Oh, sorry. Last
no.
comment, sir. We do estate planning for judges and other attorneys every week. And
Wow.
people are always surprised to hear that.
Wow.
And I say, guys, go back to the medical example. The cardiologist is a patient of the dermatologist
Sure.
and will see an orthopedist when they need one. They're not going to treat themselves.
Right.
So anyway, sorry, that was long-winded, but just sharing with you a few things.
No, it's great. I think it's great. When you say the option is the estate plan or going to courts, the problem with that description is that it sounds good going to court. Ah, there's a judge, there's a big marble room, fancy furniture. So I tell them going to court though to have your matters managed is like going to the DMV, but you're dead. It's about as efficient.
Good. Well, absolutely. And I would even give credit to the DMV in being better in that regard because,
Yes. Yes.
well, so here's the problem. When you at least go into the DMV, you yourself are dealing with it. Now that you've
Yes.
fired, you don't know who's cleaning up this enormous mess.
Exactly. You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose that. The court decides. The DMV gets to decide who runs your financial estate. No, that's definitely true.